Okay, guys. Uh, Welcome to Venky Tech Solutions. Thanks for showing your interest to join the training and learn the technology. All the best, everyone. So initially, I would like to tell one thing. I would like to convey you. So it's a kind of real-time training. It's not like theoretical part, because I am also as a working employee. That's the reason, whatever we are going through in my experience, whatever I'm going through, I'm going to share everything with you. So it's a real-time practical training. So every day we can discuss in the session and we can execute the queries and we can show you the result and we can provide you the different scenarios as well. So here first, this training is covered SQL and PLSQL. So I would like to convey you, first 5 sessions are free. You can join those 5 sessions. Then later you can decide based on my content, based on my explanation, based on the depth of the subject, you can decide to enroll on that. If you wish to continue after 5 days, then you can enroll it. Otherwise, you can freely drop off. I don't have any issues with that. I don't question you as well. That's up to you. Based on the subject, you can decide it. Okay, let's move. So first, initially, before going to before going through the sessions, you would like to know about me, like I'm getting this thing every time. Yeah. You should know about me. So I'm having total 9+ years of experience in Oracle, SQL and PLSQL. Currently working as a technical lead in India's one of the top MNC. So I'm working as a technical lead and I have trained many resources in inside organization during their internship of freshers. Right? Like if anyone is joined as a fresher, you will get some 3 months training, 2 months, 3 months training based on their skills which you performed on the interview and what type of course they have to assign you, they will assign it and they will train you. So I have trained many resources inside the organization as well. As a freshers, when they have joined, I used to train them in the SQL and PLSQL. So I have trained 10+ batches in outside of the organization as well. Okay. So first, what you are going to get and what are the key highlights of this training. So in this real-time training, what you are going to get ultimately after the completion of this training. So now you are going to get an experienced trainer in the sense in outside, if you observe, the people are the other institutions are, they are not working employees, they are just trainers. So if the not experienced employee and real-time working employee, they doesn't know what type of requirement we used to get and how to handle it and how to implement the real-time, implement the scenarios in the real-time perspective and what is the project flow, how do we need to act as a developer. This all the things they doesn't know. They just like train you as a teacher. Like if you observe in our school days, the teachers are there. The same way they will train you what is subject and how it is. So if you get experienced trainer, like you will get all the things, how the things are in real-time perspective. What are the scenarios we used to face during our development process, how you need to proceed, everything you are going to get. So once you join this, the training is like designed like it is a basic to expert level. It's a not like kind of who are from the computer background, who knows the technology. It's like a kind of anyone can join. So I mean, if you are not computers background, if you are MCOM, if you are having a BCA, like a BSc chemistry side, civil engineering side, everything, triple E, mechanical, any background, that doesn't matter. You should just understand. You should be capable to understand whatever we are going to discuss. So it's like a basic level we are going to start. start it, like what is database, why database is required. From there we will start it. From there we will start it. Then we can go to the expert level. So once you are going to complete this training, you will become as a expert level. So every day you will get the live sessions and recorded sessions as well. If anyone is missed the session today because of their commitments or any urgency level, they can go through the recorded sessions as well. They can initiate me discussion as well. So once you enroll, we will provide you the one app. So in that app, you can log in, you will get the credentials, everything. There, I will give the class ID, you can enroll it. There itself, you will get, once class is completed within 5 minutes, the recorded session automatically will be uploaded. So you can go through it. There is an option in discussion. You can initiate discussion with there. I will get your questionnaires so that I can reply you either offline, either online. Okay. Real-time examples. For each and every topic, we provide the real-time scenarios, like how you need to achieve this one, what we have faced during our experience. Like in my experience, what I have faced, in which scenario I stuck, and which scenario it was taken me to prove more my skills. Like one task it may take 1 day, another task it may take 10 days also, based on the module which you are going to get as per the requirement. How once you receive the module, that is like it's not mandatory to know each and everything. To know each and everything, we should try to work on that and complete on that. So those type of, like in the during the process of completing the module, what type of real-time scenarios we used, and based on that we will provide you the examples. So you will get daily assignments based on the topic which you have discussed. We will provide the assignments as well. So through, based on the assignments, whatever we have given, so those assignments can be discussed in the weekly QA session. On the assignment part, I will explain you the all assignment scenarios. So you may write see, there is no mandatory that one question is having only one answer. So you know, right, like in your college days, at the same way, one question can have multiple answers as well. So you may write one scenario, and another resource may write another scenario. But that's the reason I used to take the weekly QA session. If you have any doubts on the last, if you have any doubts on the last 1 week, whatever we have discussed, and at the same time, the QA sessions, I will provide you the all possible scenarios which we can be, right for that scenario, so that you will get all scenarios for the question, like how many ways we can implement that scenario. Next, so I will provide the software with the lifetime access. I will Sai Kumar, can you hear me now? Okay. Sai Kumar, can you hear me? Yes. Okay. So I will guide you how you need to install it. So if you are facing any issue, then I will take a remote and I will get to install that software for you in your mission to practice daily. So next, write basic to complex queries. So as I said, once you completed this training, you can write your own yourself from basic to expert level, like complex scenarios. So you may need to implement multiple functions, multiple scenarios, multiple procedure functions, triggers, based on the inbuilt functions, user defined functions, everything you need to implement. So one scenario, if may get, it is a complex scenario. So you can go on yourself, you can write a complex scenarios once you are going to complete this training. But only one thing, until unless I used to give 1 hour session for a day, 1 hour, 10 minutes based on the scenario. I may take 2 hours. If it is like topic needs to be complete in weekend, I may take it. So Once I complete the session, it will be uploaded automatically. It will be uploaded automatically in our app, right? So you have to go through that one. If I explain 1 hour, we have to put your efforts, and you have to practice it thoroughly. If you get any doubts, you can initiate me discussion so that we can have a discussion. Unless you practice thoroughly and practice our daily assignment, then only you can able to write your complex scenarios. Otherwise, it's difficult for you. So you have to practice thoroughly based on the recorded session and daily assignments. Next, the sessions are 100% practical live sessions. It's a not theoretical live session. Whatever you are going to get single word in my mouth, I used to show you practically from further sessions, not this session. This is like first 1 and 2, it will be all about the what is the database, why data is required, what is SQL, those things. Okay. So real-time interview questions. So I used to go for the interview panel to take the interview to the candidates in my organization. So we know, right, what type of interview questions they will ask. I will provide you the daily interview questions, as well as I'm having one separate WhatsApp group, not which is created for you. For you guys, I have created just September batch 1. So I am having my own institute training there where I can post the real-time interview questions and some challenging questions, how you need to implement those questions in your SQL. So there you will get all real-time interview questions. Even I used to explain for every topic, like it is a very, very important, this question they will ask. Once they ask how you need to explain, that is also will be discussed during the session. Next, support resume preparation on the interview perspective. So once you complete this training, I will provide you the resume, and I will ask you to update, and even I will look into it. Then I will ask you, like I will guide you to create the Naukri profile. I will tell you how you need to apply those jobs, and how you need to explain your self-introduction, how you need to put your roles and responsibilities, and everything will be I will provide the support on everything, resume preparation and interview perspective as well. If they ask the question, how you need to answer it, how you need to apply that interviews, and how you need to respond to those emails once you get it, everything. So the training once you complete, like some people wanted to show their experience and they have to go in IT field. Some people they wanted to change the technology. If they are working now in support side, they would like to change into dev side. So the training is, it's kind of like you can show your experience more than 3+ and 4+ as well. So till 4+ years of experience, you can crack the interview by own yourself. You no need any proxy, you no need anyone to do that. So we will whatever I used to provide the interview questions and daily assignments, those things, and a class, whatever we are going to discuss, these all things you can discuss. That's more than enough to crack the interview. So you don't need to depending on anyone to do for you, like proxy, some other things as well. So, but remember that 4+ experience is enough. So more than that, like 5+ experience, the subject level is not enough, whatever you are going to discuss. Because if you put more than 5+ years of experience, they can expect the answers and everything as a lead level roles and responsibilities they will expect from you. Okay. Next, project explanation. So you should see, when you are going through your experience, you should know about the project, what are the roles and responsibilities of the project, what type of flow they are maintaining that project. Nowadays, everything is a agile project. So how you will get the requirement? Once you get the requirement, what you need to do as a developer, what type of analysis you have to do. Once analysis is completed, what type of R&D, how to perform it, like L&D, how you need to create the L&D document, low level design document, research and development. Once you get the requirement, what type of research and what type of development you need to proceed for that, to make a note of it. And L&D, how you need to create L&D based on they will provide the BRD document that is called business requirement document. You need to analyze it and you need to do some R&D on that. Then you need to develop some L&D on that. Then you have to proceed for the development. So after development, then how you need to proceed the code into QE environment. After the QE environment, how you need to push that code into the UAT. Then after the UAT environment, how do you need to move whatever you have developed, that code into the production environment. Production environment is the heart of the application. So the application is running on the production only. So the dev, QE, these all the things we used to maintain for our purpose to move the code from dev node to QE node to UAT to production nodes. So those all can be discussed at the last completion of this project. I will provide you the explanation on the project, how you need to proceed, where you will get the document requirement. Once you get the document, how you need to proceed, what type of documents we need to get, what type of requirements we need to get, how you need to maintain this. There is some version and control versions, like code. For example, if you develop the code in this month, for every release, they will maintain that versions of the releases, like year and month wise. So 9.2022, that 9.22 they will mention. 9 means September. That code is developed on the September month. If they are having multiple releases, they will maintain the versions like this. Those all can be discussed during this training, the completion of training at the end. So if you have any doubts, you just keep with yourself. We will come at the doubt session at last. Okay. Last 5 minutes, I will clarify it. Why database is required? What is data? What is information? Why database is required? So I can say we are in the database world. I can say we are in the database world. Without everything, anything, any movement in our life, everything is captured. Any movement in your life, everything is captured nowadays. Let's take some SBA project. So if you take SBA project, so for the SBA project, if you see, there are the bank employees. So the SBA product owner, for example, if you build any product by your own self, that is called your own product, they have to maintain the database to store their customer details, initially to their employees details. So if you observe in 1990s, if your father or if your grandfather, anyone in your home, if they are having the account in any bank, they used to maintain the data. In flat files. Account information, they used to maintain data in flat file. Flat file is nothing but a text file or CSV file. CSV file means it's a kind of Excel file like this. Excel file. Flat file means it's a text file. Text file means comma separated. First name, last name, like that. So we doesn't have database by that time in 1990s. That's the reason they used to maintain the flat files. If you observe, by that time, the account statement, how they used to write, they used to manually write with the pen in account book. At the same way, they used to maintain the registers and they used to maintain these text files in the branch to maintain the customer details. Customer means if you are opening any account in your bank, SBI bank, you are the one customer to the SBI bank. So now, for example, why database is introduced? For example, so you have opened one account. They have to store their account number, your account number. They have to create one account number, and they have to provide to you, and they have to save in their branch, because you will go next day or next day, some other day, the next year to withdraw money, or to deposit money, to do any transaction. They must and should identify you, right, whenever you go. So that's the reason they will save your account details in your branch, their branch. How they will store? In 1990s, they used to store in the flat files. Flat files are nothing but text files or Excel files. Like this, they used to store. Like first name, last name, some phone number, address, and so on, like this. First, for example, somebody is opened in account. Their account number is 1001. His name is some Venky, some PTS, last name, phone number something, address is so and so, so and so. At the same time, somebody is opened. At the same time, somebody is open one more account. Yes, if anyone is opened, okay. Next is somebody is open another account. So account number should be unique, right? Like one account belongs to one account holder only, one account number. How they used to identify? Based on the account number only, based on the account number only. Some John K, some like this, some phone number, again 1003. So now they have only 3 customers. They can 3 customers or some other, like if you take them as some 10 customers or some 20 customers, they are having right. They are having right now. If the customer, the account holder went to the branch and they wanted to do like he wanted to do one transaction, like he wanted to deposit some amount. So when he visited to the branch, so without database, if they are maintaining this flat files, who are maintaining these flat files? The account section, like account handling person in the branch, they have to manually search your name or your account number, right? Like to know whether you are belongs to their branch or not. Based on your account book, he wanted to check account number in flat file, whether he belongs to my branch or not. He belongs to this branch or not. He wanted to check manually, right? Because they are maintaining the data, each and every account holder data manually. So once you visited, initially they should know whether you belongs to that branch or not. If the account holder data in the flat file, they have to check manually. They have to check manually whether you belongs to or not. Let's assume that the branch is having only 20 customers. 20 customers. So 20 customers in the sense to check manually 20 account. So now you visited how many accounts he has to cross check? 20 accounts only he has to cross check, because the total account holders is having only 20 members. So you went to the branch based on you have given your passbook. They will check your passbook in the account number. They will cross check each and every account number. They will search it whether this account number is available or not. Once he search it, it is having only 20 account holder details, right? So there is no hard. He can easily search it. He can find it out whether the customer belongs to the my branch or not. The cashier person he can able to identify. So day by day the account holders will be increased, right? It is not fixed, no. Day by day account holders will be increased. In some next day it will increase some account holders. Next day it will increase some account holders. So some 1 month it will increase some 100 accounts, some 50 accounts, like that. So for if you take an average for month, 30 accounts are increasing. 30 accounts are opening in my branch. 30 accounts are opening. For year, 360 accounts. If you take 10 years or 20 years, if you take 10 years, how many accounts? 3,600. Just if you take per day one account only. Per day one account only. If you take 20 years, then it will be 7,200 accounts. Let's assume that, take it as your branch is having now 7,200 account holder details. So still you are maintaining the flat file only, like this, comma separated one. So now Venky is visited to the branch and he wanted to withdraw some amount. Now the cashier, what he have to do? He has to check initially. So that is happening right now, right? That is happening. Like passbook is someone. So I have taken my father passbook, I visited. They have to confirm, right, whether the passbook is mine or not. So somebody stolen your passbook, they went. That's the reason they will maintain the passport also, passport photo also, whether you belongs to or not. So what they will do, they will check based on the account number, and they have to search manually how many account holder details he has to check now. We are having total 7,200 account details are there. So how many account holders he has to check, guys? Manually, whether the visited customer belongs to my branch or not. He has to check how many customers now. 7,200 records he has to check. This is called one record. So instead, is it possible to check manually 7,200 records for a day? Like for one customer, all 7,200 accounts he has to check it, right? Is it possible, guys, to check manually for one customer? Let's assume that the branch is visiting around 20 customers per day. Just very less we are taking. It's not a real time right now. More number of accounts will be open and more number of account holders will be visited. Is it possible to check? Is it possible to check 20 customers, 7,200 accounts? So cashier has to check how many? 1,44,000 records he has to check. 1,44,000. His human can do per a day to check each and every record like this. It's a very difficult, no? So it can't perform it. That's the reason database has been introduced. Database has been introduced. So not only that one. If you assume, if you If you see this one, it is a Olympics data for last 15 years or 20 years. Like our Indians also, we used to go for in participate in Olympics, right? Olympics data. It is having, if you observe, total 2,71,000. If you see here, 2,71,000, 117 records. 117 records. So there is no mandatory that one, for example, somebody is let's take an example here. If you see Milan is or else Pavijan. So the Pavi has attended in the 1994 Olympics. There is no mandatory that one person lifetime has to participate in the Olympics only one time for a whole lifetime. There is no mandatory. N number of times you can participate. If you see Pavi Jan here, he has participated in 1994, 1998, 2002, 2006, 2004. Whenever he has participated, everything has to be captured. Now, I wanted to, the Pavijan ID is 135559. So now Pavijan is coming, he came to the Olympics and he is registering. This is one time, like how we have Olympics ID, the same like account ID, same Olympics ID they will give. Olympics ID. So this is unique for his lifetime. Whenever he visited, he wanted to show this ID card, like this ID. If the first time is visiting, they will create new one. So now Pavijan went in 2008 or now 2022. So is it possible like to store Pavijan data wherever he is there, whole 27,000? Is it possible to check? Like they wanted to check in what and all games he is participated. Now for which game he came? Is it possible to check manually for one human who wanted to visit the Olympics? 2,71,117 records. Like Olympics, number of candidates will be participated. For one candidate, they have to check it 2,71,000 records. If assume that 100 people are participating, 20 million records they have to check manually. Is it possible? It's not at all possible. That's the reason the data is the using of computer. We are adopted more and more in our day-to-day life. Everything should be captured. Everything should be captured. If you take one more example, how any public person is identify uniquely in India. How they are identifying uniquely for any public person using Aadhaar card right now. So you may tell PAN card, you may tell passport also. I don't tell that is wrong. But why I am telling that Aadhaar card, PAN card, whenever you require, then only you will take it. But nowadays, Aadhaar is very, very important. For wherever you will go, they will ask Aadhaar only. Even for the school joining, even for the date of birth certificate, everything, they will ask your PAN card. Once any public person, like any born new baby in India, they will take immediately Aadhaars after some days, within first year, like that. So how India is identifying the customer, identify the human in India by using Aadhaar ID. So we have around 130 crores people are there in India. Sorry if I'm wrong on it. Just on an average, I'm telling. Some people may die, some people will die born newly. On an average, I'm telling 130 or 140 something else. So the India central government has to store collect their public people details, 140 crores details of the Aadhaar IDs and their details. Is it possible to maintain 140 crores public people data in the flat file? Whenever they want to, they wanted to identify. He belongs to some state, his Aadhaar ID is some. For example, now central government wanted to know in Telangana how many public persons are there. In Andhra, how many public persons are there. In Delhi, each state wise they wanted to know. Each state wise how many public persons are there. Is it possible to check manually and count the public person details? It's not at all possible. That's the reason they are maintaining the database to store. That's the reason we require the database. Why database is required? These all complications. The collection of data needs to be stored for future reference. The collection of data needs to be stored for future reference. We used to maintain the database. Not only that one, if you go any outside, if you are some nowadays everything is unwanted, here things also happening in nowadays every city. Some cases and all, rape cases, some missing girl, everything. How they are maintaining, how the polices are tracking based on the mobile number. So when you are taking the mobile, the customers, for example, Airtel Telecom, they will maintaining, then telecom project also will be there. For some TCS is maintaining the SBA. Telecom, Vodafone is having the IBM, like the telecom projects. They have to maintain their customer details. If you are having SIM, when you are talking to with whom, which number you called, at what time you called, or what you have speak, everything is captured. So to do all these things, how the police will track? Based on the mobile number, based on the CCTV. CCTV, the video also is a kind of data. Data is a not like of text only. Okay, clear guys? Why database is required? Now let's go. Why database is required? Why information is. Now client server architecture. So any application, if you see, any web application, let's take SBI only. Let's take SBI only. This is called one application. We will call it as a developer, as a IT guy who are working on the SBI. This is called one application, we will call it. Like phone pay, one application, like everything. This is one web application. How this web application is developed and what all is involving. Let's assume that I am entering my username and I am entering my password and I am entering this captcha. So when you click it, when you click on this, so what it is telling, invalid captcha. If the captcha is correct, that means if the invalid captcha means whether the server is checking this captcha or not. Initially, it is checking the captcha, right? It is checking, right? For example, I have written now captcha, I have written correct. What it will tell, password username is wrong. It will see invalid username and password. Initially, it is checking captcha, then invalid username. How it is checking whether the password is invalid or not? How this web application knows? So this is called front end. Whatever you are able to see in the application, that is called front end. We will call it as a client application. Client means one customer is called as a client. In SBI, 100 million number of customers is there having for the SB, State Bank of India. Yeah. Within that, nowadays 80 to 90% people are having the online SB, net banking. So this is called client. Why we are calling as a client application? We created this application for the client for client purpose. They wanted to log in their banking. They can able to transfer amount. They can able to check data. What is the amount they are having? They can able to send that amount to someone. They can able to see their transaction details, everything. We are providing, SBI is providing the servicing to the customers to check each and every customer their own service, the services by their own self, without visiting the branch. This application is developed. So when the customer is entered details, it is checking and it is telling that username and password. How it is checking? Somewhere else the data is stored, right? Once they are provided the username and password, the data which is everything is stored in computer in electronically, binary data, 1 and 0s. It will be encrypted with the binary data. Like you entered some Venky 00. It doesn't, when they are provided this username to me, they don't provide Venky that doesn't stored, they don't store in the database. It will store in the encrypted format binary data. So how it is when you click on this, when you enter the details, how it is going? This is called client application. Client is nothing but what, guys? Front end. Client is nothing but front end. That is what I said right here. Whatever you are able to see, this is called front end. This front end application or client application. Client is nothing but a front end application developed by the Java and .NET, JavaScript, PHP. This by using this and so on. By using these technologies, this front end can be developed. So Java developer, PHP developer, HTML developer, JavaScript developer, this all developers will involve to do this client application front end. How they will see here, how they will maintain here, home button, they wanted to, so they wanted to see this home, mention the home button. Once the customer is click on that, it has to now see the new page is come. How it came? Once the customer is sent, so the clicking, whatever you click right here, whatever you mention the username and password, how it is going, this is called one transaction. Once you clicked on logged in, once you clicked on login, it will go requested to the, like this. Through communication channel, it will go to the server. Then it will check in the server, your username and password is correct or not. If it is correct, it will collect the data. What is the balance? What is the account statement? Everything it will collect it. Whatever you can able to see in the net banking, this all data it will collect, and it will come again through communication channel. Then it will come to the client application. Client application in the sense, see, once you logged in database, once you logged in, it will show, right? Once you logged in, it will show your data, no, like how much balance you are having, how much this all things that will collect, and it will go to the client application. It will show in the front end only. It will show in the front end only. Here itself. Front end only it will show, right? Whatever the balance, whatever the transaction you have done, everything. So why we require communication channel? There is a server somewhere. There is a client is there. Why we required? For example, why do we require? Once I clicked on home. See, it is came to the next page. how it is displaying it. The once I clicked on the service, the request went to the server and it collected the data and it has given here. So without having, so there is a client, there is a server. It has to go the request to the database, right? I mean server, right? To go to the request to the server, we need some medium, one medium and a bridge to collect this request and to send that request to the server. So that is the reason it is a bridge between communication channel, is a bridge between client and server. Client and server. Server is nothing but a backend. Backend means Oracle database, DB2 database, Sybase, PostgreSQL, MS SQL, MySQL. There are multiple databases are there. Server is a software that server is nothing but a backend. Backend means what is the backend which is providing the data. Front end, whatever you can see. The communication channel, why we are calling as a communication channel, it is collecting the request from here and it is sending the request to the database and it is collecting the data. Then it is giving to the client again, customer. So it is a communication channel between the client and server. There are only two communication channels in whole IT industry. One is JDBC, one is ODBC. Java database connectivity, open database connectivity. If your front-end application is web application, whatever the year, if front-end application is developed by using Java technology, then you must and should use the JDBC connection as a communication channel. JDBC connection as a communication channel. When the web application is, when the application is developed by using Java technology, then you must and should use a JDBC connection. If the application is developed other than the Java technology, .NET, PHP, HTML, and so on, then you have to use the ODBC connection, open database connectivity. So these all are infrastructure part. You no need to worry on this. You no need to work on this. There is an infrastructure team who need to build everything this setup. But you wanted to know when you are working as a developer, you should know how the data is going to the customer. We are saving the customer details. How the data is going now. When he enter his password username, it is coming through communication channel to data, and data is collecting this one, that is, it is sending to the customer. Clear, right, guys? So now data means anything which is understandable by the human. Sorry, anything which is understandable by the system, that is called anything which is understandable by the system. Anything which is understandable by the system, that is called data. That is called data. Why I am telling that anything which is understandable by the system, that is called data? Let me show you. We can't understand it. We can't understand it. System, how it will understand? It will store the data in the electronically. It will store the data in the form of encrypted, like binaries data. Let's see. Now can you tell me, are you able to understand what is this 7839? What is this? What is this? What is this R? What is this R? What is this 790? So this all. What is this dates? What is this one? Why data is not having here? What is this data? What is this 10 and 20? Can we able to understand it? Can we able to understand it, guys?
No.
By seeing this one, what is this numerics are representing? What is this characters are representing? What is this dates are representing? Can you able to understand it by seeing this one? Please
No.
say sir. No, right? So anything, but system can understand this one, because when you store the data, what is this representing? The system can understand it. System store this data like this. So anything which is understandable by the system, anything which is understandable by the system is nothing but this computer, that is called data. There are multiple definitions, I will tell you. Just this is for understanding level I am telling. Anything which is understandable by the system, that is called data. For example, now can you understand this one now? What is this 7389? What is this representing? By seeing this, can you understand now?
Yes.
We can come to conclude that 7839 is the EMP number. Year code, we can come to conclude that e-name. These all are representing jobs. These all are numeric representing MGR. These dates are representing hire date, join date. These all numerics are representing salary. These all are representing by the department. So we can understandable, right? This format by saying this. So
Yes.
anything which is understandable by the human, anything which is understandable by the human, that is called information. Information. Anything which is understandable by the human, that is called information. Anything which is understandable by the system, that is called data. Anything which is understandable by the system, that is called data. Anything which is understandable by the human, that is called information. So how we can able to understanding? This is already having data. Before we are having this one also, but we can't understanding by the time. When we add these things, then now we are able to understand it, right?
Yeah.
When we adding this one, so now we can understand that employee number is describing about this data. E-name is describing about this data. Job is describing about this data. Describing means by seeing this one, we are understanding these all are the jobs. Salary is describing about this data. So this is called metadata. Metadata. Why we are calling meta? What is metadata? Data about the data. By seeing this one only we are telling, right? But about this data only, this employee number, right? About this data only, that is employee number, no? About this data only, this one, right? About this data. About means about your, see, they will ask about yourself. Tell about yourself. Please, what? Explain about yourself. So here 7839, about 7839 is the employee number. So these all are called as a metadata. 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 This is called, this is already data. Now what is information? Anything which is understandable by the human, that is called information. Metadata plus data is also called as a information. Metadata and data. Metadata plus data is called as a information. Anything which is understandable by the human, that is called as a information. What is metadata? Data, this all the data. Data about the data is called as a metadata. Data about the data is called as a metadata. Clear, right? What is data? What is information? Why database is required? Why data? What is information? What is data? Why database is required? I hope it's clear. Data. Data means, I will just to take another 5 minutes, guys. Anything and everything can be considered as a data. Anything and everything can be considered as a data. Either pics, either videos, either your college information, either your examination information, everything. Any information or fact considered as a data. Any information or fact considered as a data. Let's assume that if you take an insurance company, the company has to maintain, they have to collect, they have to store their employees' data. How many employees are there? What is the employee salary? When we have hired that employee, what is the employee number? What is the employee address? What is the employee database? Everything should be captured by the insurance company. At the same time, they have to store their customer details as well. Who has taken let's assume that take a LIC company. LIC has to store their employees' details. How many employees are there all over India? In which branch he belongs to? What is his salary? And what is employee ID? At the same time, they have to store their customer details. Who has opened the account? LIC, who has taken it? Or who has nominee for that LIC? What is the address of them? What is the amount they have taken the LIC policy? What is the policy number? Everything. And even they have to save their product details. Like Jeevan Anand, Jeevan Umangu. There are many products will be there, right, for LIC. One people, one take, based on their needs. To check the people in like in LIC, nowadays everything is we are able to get in Google itself. The customer don't want to go and check in, discuss with the agent to know the products. He can easily check in the online. They have to store the product details as well. Even they have to store their address. So data can be in any form, such as text message, an image, or video, or a document, single character. This character also called as a data. Next, database. Database is a collection of information that is organized. See, do we have any is there you can see there is an organized form. Employee number come in the rows. Columns are come in these all are the column. Data is column, employee number. All columns are the rows. This is called row. This is called row. This is one in down. It is a column. How they have, this is called as a tabular format. Tabular format. Tabular format in the sense table. Tabular format in the sense table. The table is collection of rows and columns is called as a table. This is called one table. See, column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4. These all are rows. Collection of rows and columns is called as a table. So now we have some organized form like columns and rows. Columns are stored in like this. Data is stored in the columns. Column names are stored in the rows. Here data. Data is stored in the rows format. So data is a collection of information that is organized so that it can be easily accessed. We can easily access this one. We can easily understand this one. We can easily manage this one. Like if you want to delete, we can delete. If you want to store, we can store under employee details. If you want to update, like next year he got some, this year he got some hike. That is some 1200. So we can update it. So database is a collection of information that is organized so that it can be easily accessed and it can be managed and it can be updated. Data is organized into how it is organized: rows, columns, and tables. These all are the rows. These all are the columns in down. These all are the rows. These all are the columns. This is the whole table. So the whole table. So now database is a collection of information that is organized so that it can be easily accessed, and the data is stored in the database in the form of columns and rows. In the form of columns and rows. How the data stored in the database, guys? In the form of rows and columns in a table. We can call it as a database is a container. Container means generally bulk of data it will be stored electronically in the computer system. See, container data, which is filled with the data information, which is electronically stored in a computer system. Can in any form can be stored in the database. All companies use some sort of database to store their data. Why they will store? They wanted to store employee information. They wanted to store project information. They wanted to store whoever left from the organization. They wanted to store HR, this everything. They will maintain company also. The purpose of storing the data is the customer should be, the developer should be easily access anyone, the database user. Easily they have to access it, and easily they have to modify, easily they have to protect it, easily they have to analyze. By seeing this one, if I need to analyze this to prepare some report, I can easily analyze it. I can easily access it. I can easily manage it in this format. I can easily protect it. Protected means database provide a security. Until unless you are having the permission to view this table, you can't see this data. You should have some permission to see this data. The permissions will be handled by DBA, database administrator. Okay. We will see remaining part, like what and all sectors. Just to see 1 minute, like what and all sectors are available. See, banking sector, they have to use this database to store customer details, account activities, payments, deposit, loans, and so on. Airlines, they have to store reservation information, schedule information. Airline sector, banking sector. Airlines means when you book means when the schedule, like a plane will start 7 a.m. like that. Reservations when you book in online in there also. Universities also, they have to maintain the database to store student information, course registration, what and all colleges are there under this university. Telecommunication. Telecommunication means your Airtel, this all the things. Why they need to maintain to call recordings, to monthly bills, maintaining balance, everything. Finance sector, to store finance sector, if you take stocks, what is the stock they are having, what is the sales they have done, what is the purpose of financial instruments, like in financing sector, how many amount we have released, amount we are having in hand, sales department, how customer details, how if you take Flipkart, that is a sales sector. Customer, how many customers Flipkart is having. When you register Flipkart, install it, you are one customer to them. What is the product? You have order it. what is the order it has received, when you have ordered everything. Manufacturing department, like if you take car, the car in different parts. If you take mobile motherboard one part, Sony camera, Sony company, Snapdragon processor, that is Snapdragon company. Different company will be develop some products. The assembly will be done by one company like Oppo, Vivo, like that. Oppo, Vivo, like that. Next is HR department. HR department, what they have to store the employee details, salary details, payroll details. Payroll details means the employee is having which bank for the salary purpose. Deductions, like is there any tax deduction? Any deductions are there? Generation of paychecks, generating the pay slips. This where we used the database. We will see from tomorrow, we will see what is RDBMS, how the data stored in the RBMS, like what is the relational database management system, what and all databases we have, like then we will start the SQL. Okay, that's all for today's session, guys. Do anyone is having any doubts?
Yeah. What is the duration to complete this course, and what is the fee
I
for
forget
this?
to show today. I thought to show today what is the curriculum and all. Sorry guys, I doesn't have time. I need to go for the another session. We'll see tomorrow. I will show you the curriculum. See,
If possible, can you share in the group WhatsApp group?
I doesn't
And
store. I don't say right now. Once the people are, I will show tomorrow class. Otherwise you can see, like we will explain the DBMS. I explain the database. RDBMS I will explain tomorrow. Then we will start the introduction of SQL. Then what are the commands? Then what are the predefined data types? Then DDL and operators. Then what are the functions we have? Character function, these all things. Then group by, what is the group by, order by class? Then integrity constraints. What are the constraints we have? Constraints means to set up the rules to when you are creating a table. What are the constraints we have? Then joins. To retrieve the data from multiple tables, we have to use the joins. What and all joins we have? Then subqueries. To make complicated queries into simple format and to retrieve the data from table, and we have to use the subqueries. These all are the subqueries we have. Then set operators. Union all, intersect, minus. In school days we used to have. Then views. What and all views we have? I will show you tomorrow. I will explain just 5 minutes. These things. Then synonym sequence, many things are there. The duration is SQL will take 40 days, but based on the interaction of the session, it may extend another 2, 3, 5 sessions. 3 to 5 sessions. It may extend, not sure. Because, for example, if you go multiple doubts, then interaction will be more, right? So PLSQL, already I mentioned in poster itself, maybe it doesn't check it. PLSQL 35 days. 35 sessions.
okay.
Okay. Any doubts?
Okay, PLC includes with the advanced concepts also. Right?
Your voice is
Table
breaking.
type. No,
Your
PLC includes the advanced concepts also, right?
Everything will be discussed. Procedures,
Okay.
functions, collections, dynamic SQL, ref cursor, and these triggers, everything.
Okay.
That's all I said, right?
Yeah,
Like in outside SQL and PLSQL, they will complete within 30 to 40 days. You will
Yes,
get
correct.
total 120 to 150 hours. You will get the training. So you may get doubt daily 1 hour. Why we will get 120? So I may take in weekends for longer sessions sometimes.
Yeah, understood.
That's the reason you will get it.
Yeah, understood.
Dynamic, all advanced concepts. You know, CT, table, pivot, like 12C
Yeah.
features, analytical functions, conversion function. These all are very, very important, right? With the class. This is very, very important. Common table expression, pivot and pivot, partitions with respect to performances, pseudo columns, everything will be discussed.
Okay. How much is the fee?
So you can continue first initially 5 days. Then after that, you will like my subject and you wanted to enroll, then you can ask me. Not now.
Yeah. No, just for understanding purpose.
Yeah,
How
I
much
can
it should
understand
be.
that.
That's
I
why.
will tell you, I will give 2 days
Yeah.
time to enroll. I will give 1 day time to enroll that. 1 day off.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
you can decide by that time.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
No problem. Any doubts, guys?
Fees, sir, what about the fees?
That's what Rinku. I think somebody is asking. Some Hyderabad. Somashekhar or some other, all people, that's what I am telling. You can join first 5 days free sessions. I don't ask you anything. After that, I will give 1 day time. I will tell you the fee. Once you are okay, then you can join. Otherwise, you no need to worry on that. You can join first 5 days session freely itself. Any other doubts, guys?
Sir, the videos that you are providing is
Yes,
lifetime.
today video, you can join in my WhatsApp group. I will upload in YouTube and I will send you the link.
No, that will be lifetime accessible or like.
Yes, that will be lifetime access until unless you do some mess with that. Like if you give some access, if you give same URLs, same your credential to your you shared with someone, then automatically that will detect it. That is a artificial intelligence tool used to develop that app. So automatically it will find out, it will remove your access and you shared with someone, right? Their access as well. First, initially it will take one device of laptop, one device of mobile.
Okay, so offline also we can watch that videos, right?
Yeah, you can watch it. You can watch it. You can see. You can watch in mobile. You can watch in laptop itself. But if you share with someone, the access will be removed automatically. After that, I can't able to add you as well.
No, that all we will not do, sir. We are not like.
No, I am just giving heads up to you. Lifetime access with one laptop with one mobile number, one mobile app.
So only the requirement is that if we are able to watch those videos in offline, then that will be well and good. So
every video you can see offline. You no need to worry.
Yeah. Then
the video will be automatically uploaded into the app. You can watch that video.
Okay.
Okay, guys. Any other? The notes also will be provided. No worries on that. The real-time questions will be provided. Real-time scenarios will be provided. Interview questions will be provided. Everything will be provided.
Okay. So what will be the fee structure for it? Like
same question again. I am telling. Please don't repeat, guys. You can join first 5 day sessions. If you interest, then only you can ask the fee.
No, if a person is interested, like to enroll in 1 or 2 days, like so that is the reason what I'm.
By that time also you can ask me. That's what I'm telling you. You can ask me. You can ping me.
One and one I will ask you.
Not like that. I can tell you, but why I'm telling means some people they may like if I tell money, now itself they will they will decide based on the money. I don't like the consider with the money. They have to understand the subject. What is the depth of the subject? Everything. If they like the subject, then only they can come.
So all total it will take 2+ months to cover the course, right?
Yeah, around 2.5 months to 3 months it will take. Mostly 75 sessions it will take.
Oh.
But you will get for month 4 days leave, right? Weekends, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah. Any other doubts?
Up to Saturday we have classes, right?
Yeah, up to. Usually I used to take up to Saturday for every batch. From this batch, I am planning to take only from Saturday to Friday because I thought to give these 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, for the assignment practice and class practice. Some people, they are working, they may not practice it, right?
Sir,
Yeah,
up to
correct.
Saturday it will be good, sir, I think.
Yeah.
Monday to Saturday or Monday to
See,
Friday?
Monday to Saturday I used to
Monday to
take for
Saturday.
every Monday to Saturday I used to take for every batch. From this batch, I am thinking to take Monday to Friday only, because lack of time people to practice or something
No,
else. If
Sunday,
I
Sundays
some
they are
days
not
I will take
available.
Saturday based on the requirement.
Yeah, because if you take on Saturday, no, then like the course duration will be like.
Yeah, that's what I used to take Saturday longer session, like 2.5 hours I used to take, like assignment discussion and class as well. So I will try. See, let's see, like based on the how the batch is going on. So that usually I used to take every batch Monday to Saturday based on the people discussion, who enroll the people, based
Okay,
on
it
their
will
need,
be
we will classify it.
okay. It will be 7 to 8 only, right, in morning.
7 to 8 only.
Okay. Morning.
So you will get free sessions till 9th.
Oh.
Any doubts?
And sir, like mini projects also you are going to provide or what?
Sorry?
No, the practice, all challenges and you are going to provide.
Sir, I didn't get you. Somebody is.
No, what I mean is like you told now that we have to practice. So all those questions will be provided by you or what?
Yeah, me only.
Yeah.
All like practice assignments and the challenges, questions, everything will be provided me only. You have to
Oh.
practice or that you need to get the requirement. Yeah, even those
Yeah.
requirements can be discussed in the weekend session.
Okay, got it.
We will be doing any case study or project, final project?
No, I will give some sample data, a data set. Like if you take Flipkart, any sales related, what and all tables will be involved, what and all these things. Then I will give the scenarios, then you can practice it your own. Like I don't give separately on project and work on it. I will give project explanation. I will give the project, how you need to explain everything. What is the real-time scenarios within the project, everything will be shared. Case study in the sense, for every session we are doing, right? We don't need to do everything separately again.
Okay.
Assignments will be covered everything. No?
Okay.
So the requirement will be
Sorry.
you will be giving all the requirement and we have to perform the.
Yes.
When we say SQL,
Like this is my requirement, like you need to work on it.
okay, when we say SQL, it covers MS SQL as well.
See, that's what I thought to cover today, but lack of time I didn't cover, because we went more deeply with the like project like SBA related one.
Okay.
See, MS SQL, MySQL, you can attend tomorrow session, you will get to know what is that. All SQLs are, it's the same only. There is no 99% of the code, everything is the same. There is a slight difference on the perspective. That is the question. Is SQL different across these different DBMSs? Whether the SQL is different for all these databases. SQL is the common language which is widely used.
Got it.
Yeah.
Sir, MongoDB is different.
For every database, it's the same only. Syntaxes will be different.
No, MongoDB doesn't have any table structure, right?
Yeah, MariaDB, MangoDB, right? Mango, yes.
Yeah.
These RDBMS, but most RDBMSs are this Oracle, MS SQL, and MySQL only.
Okay. Sir, like after completion of this course, we'll be able to write the ETL SQL queries. Like.
Sorry, I didn't get you. What SQL queries?
ETL.
To extract the data, right? To extract the, that's what, no. The complex queries, everything can be writing. See,
Yeah, yeah.
I know Oracle SQL or Oracle, but right now I am working on Cloud Spanner. It is a Google product.
Yeah.
How can I able to work on it? It's a different database, no? 95 to 99% it's same only. Only just syntaxes will be say different. So nowadays every database is maintaining their own tools. When you are writing syntax in the tool itself, it will be indicate the syntax is wrong. In underline, it will show red mark, so that you can easily change it. You no need to worry.
Okay, okay.
Anything else?
We'll also be having this recursive CTEs, right?
Sorry?
We also have this recursive CTEs, right?
Can you speak loud?
CTEs.
CT, that's what I am telling. No, it's a common table expression. It's very, very important. Whatever complications we like to write a multiple join subqueries, we don't need to write complex. Some complex scenarios also we can write. That will be hard coded. So we don't need to write this hard coded with the subqueries and joins. We can simply one temporary table. It's not a temporary table. It's kind of a temporary table. Temporary table in the sense it's a session specific. Okay. But it's a CTE is when you run the query, then only it will be created. Everything will be discussed in CTE. That is very, very important. By using CTE, we can write it. All complicated scenarios.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, that's all for today's session. We'll meet you tomorrow. The recorded session will be uploaded in the Google Drive and sorry, not the Google Drive, in YouTube. I will send you like in WhatsApp. If anyone is not there in that WhatsApp, you can join that WhatsApp. So I will give this one, guys, like Telegram channel. Please don't forget to join that. There we can share multiple. Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Bye bye.
Yeah.
Have a nice day.